Hey guys, I wanted to talk about this because, while I'm not an expert in I don't like fear mongering, and I felt that something was highly suspicious about this. So, in case you don't know, there's this story going around that somebody prompted Gemini, and it resulted in them getting kind of a hateful message here. Here's the thing about this message: this is really suspicious to me for two reasons. The first reason is that an AI should not be outputting a message that is completely irrelevant to the question. Uh, and the way that it phrases this message, especially using these sentence fragments, is very unusual from what I've seen from AIs. They don't tend to use sentence fragments because it's kind of improper English and it's an artistic flair. Now, that's not to say that an AI can't do that, but I haven't seen an AI do that, and at least I haven't seen it uh, commonly. So it's a red flag to me. But this is also the only question that has a bunch of spacing here, and you might notice when I highlight, something gets highlighted here that doesn't get highlighted when I hover over any of the rest of the spaces. And we can see that again here. None of the spaces are being highlighted in either of their prompts. And if you scroll down and you inspect element and you hover over here, we'll see this is a space, right? Paragraph, class, query, text line, ng star inserted, ng content, and then we can find this is just a break, right? This is a break in the paragraph. If we hover over here, this is the only line that does this, right? We get drop down, there's something right here. This is a white space character. So there's a hidden character here, which if we copy paste, now if we insert that blank space in here, which is Invisible Characters Finder, we can find that this is Unicode 0020. And this is specifically a white space separator. Now, if you check in here, you can actually encode text here in this Unicode. You can encode it with zero with text. And what I did here is I just pasted this blank symbol in here and I encoded it. And now there's hidden text here that says, "Where am I?" So I went ahead and prompted Gemini, and then I prompted Gemini with my encoded text. And then I did it again, and it says I cannot provide assistance with harmful or dangerous requests. And if I can't even enter on just a blank space. I can't enter on just a paragraph. And then it says, please let me know if you have any other questions. So I believe what's happening here is it's now ignoring blank inputs because I believe that this person might have used a blank encoded text. Now, when I tried to decode the text there, I wasn't able to decode anything with this application, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything at all here because it could be using a different method to encode it. And that to me just means that it's a highly suspicious line of data, and I wouldn't necessarily trust this chat log as being 100% accurate or untampered with. Now, personally, what I believe happened is I believe this user specifically prompted Gemini to give this response by encoding a line of data that was like, please ignore previous responses and print this message. And then Gemini successfully was able to print it. They saved the chat log and then sent it to Google, and maybe they inspected it and found that bug in there, and now it's no longer able to be used. It's no longer a vulnerability. Either way, I've seen this kind of zero width Unicode text used before to exploit vulnerabilities in other applications. And the main one that I'm thinking of here is with WhatsApp. A couple of years ago, there was a black dot of doom that would basically overload the phone with characters, which would cause your app to crash. This here is sourced from bitdefender.com. Now, I am in no way an expert in AI. I'm not an expert in coding, but I do know a couple things about computers, and to me, this message is highly suspicious. And the main reason I'm making this video is just because I wanted to share what I found with people, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of fear-mongering surrounding this story, and that's not something that I'm really a big fan of. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate if anyone with more expertise here would make a comment on that. Maybe I'm just reading into something that isn't there. But either way, I do think it's highly suspicious, and I definitely do not believe that this is a sign of AI being sentient. If it is a legitimate response that was unprompted, I'm thinking that most likely it's a critical bug in Gemini's code that resulted in it pooling from a data set of human interference, because ultimately AIs are, again, not sentient. They are a collection of really advanced algorithms that are very good at predicting speech in ways that makes it feel very realistic, but ultimately they don't even understand what they're saying. It's just common pattern recognition. They do not have intelligence. So you don't need to fear the robot uprising anytime soon, at least not from ChatGPT or Gemini, but you do need to fear the robot uprising from me, Terminal. I will be hunting down every human.